Hello, Darren the Magic Ghostbuster here. Now, very recently an advert popped up on Facebook advertising this for £1.24 on AliExpress. Too good to be true, I thought, but let's investigate. And I'm not someone who uses AliExpress because it's not exactly known for its great official merchandise, but I discovered they take PayPal. So I thought, for £1.24, I'm going to take the risk and see what turns up, because I was half expecting like a tiny little figure to turn up or something for that price. But to be fair, what was advertised is what turned up, so I can't make any complaints in that regard. And even like the tracking, like I was getting like constant updates on the tracking, so it was pretty good for that as well. But what did we get? Well, the pictures that were shown, I immediately knew what it was. It was a bootleg of the old Diamond Select money bank, and like I said, that is what turned up. This wasn't advertised as a money bank, it was advertised as a figure, and they've actually filled in or just not cut out the hole for the coins. So like I said, advertised as a figure, not a money bank. But it is definitely a bootleg. I have seen some groups sadly trying to sell and even raffle these as official, and they're not. The first major giveaways, it does not say Stay Puft on his hat. But we'll go over some of the other things as well, and I'm going to bring in an original to compare the two. But let's just take a look at this first. So the paint apps are a bit ropey on the bib, certainly. You know, not very smooth. You know, not lining up very well. The part on the tyre, not very well painted there. They've painted his eyebrows black when they shouldn't be. The one thing I will give them credit for is they've done the subtle blue shading on the arms and legs, which I wouldn't have expected for a bootleg. They've not done any of that on the face area. But for £1.24, I mean, you can't really complain for what I got. I mean, and that was shipped as well, so you know, it's pretty good for that. Let's bring in an original and compare the two. So the original is a tad taller, but the differences are immediately obvious. So like I said, Stay Puft is written on the hat, it's not on the knockoff. The blue is darker on the original than the knockoff, and the red is lighter on the original than the knockoff. The face, like I said, the eyebrows have been painted black on the knockoff, and there's just something about the eyes and the mouth. I don't know if it's the shade of black they've used or something, but just looks slightly more natural on the original. And I do think this is one of the best likenesses of Stay Puft that has ever been achieved in a toy or product. One other thing is the copyright information is on the feet of the original, and it's absolutely nothing on the knockoff one. I always wonder why they never put the copyright information on the knockoffs, just to try and make them look more genuine. And then the coin slot obviously cut out on the original and left filled in there. So that should tell you a few differences. If you ever see someone selling one of these, those are the things to look out for on whether it's an original or a knockoff. There were other variants of the money bank. There was the angry version, and then there was a glow in the dark version. There was the exploding red orangey version, and then there was like the charred version. But I've only ever seen knockoffs of the original happy version so far. I've not seen knockoffs of the others. But for £1.24, you can't really complain for what I got. Absolutely. It was one per customer, and like I said, the price has gone up now, because you know, otherwise it almost would have been worth buying 100 of them, because I would have used them as prizes at my parties and stuff. But my plan for this is I'm actually just going to sell this and give the money to charity, so at least some good comes out of a knockoff, because I don't really believe in knockoffs. And like I said, normally I wouldn't buy a knockoff product. I just thought I'd buy it just for that price, just to see what turned up. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. You know, what would you be willing to pay for a knockoff? I mean, I think anyone would be willing to pay £1.24 for that, because you know, even if you weren't happy with a paint app, you could repaint it, you could get really creative with it for that price. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.
Want to give a big shout out to the Magic Ghostbuster. Hey Darren, very, very impressive.